Hi guys, good afternoon. My name is Ariante. If you're watching this video, please like and subscribe to my channel to grow with me. So today's video, I wanted to talk about triggers, and obviously all my videos are usually for myself. So today I got heavily triggered, and a trigger is basically anything that brings back the symptoms of a situation or event. It could be a memory that puts you back into that situation. It could be a physical, mental, spiritual, or emotional response. It could be anger, it could be chills, it can be a flushed face, it can be sadness, it could be loneliness, it can be anything, insecurity. It can be anything that you feel on the inside that brings you back to a situation or makes you remember something that you've experienced or repeatedly experienced, usually a trauma. And so today I got very, very triggered by I don't know if I should say judgment, but a judgment that was made of me that I am so used to hearing from a past situation. And it really just brought me back to this whole idea of triggers. And triggers could also be something simple as I'm trying to quit doing something and I see somebody doing it, and it brings back all that want to do that thing because I've been away from it, I haven't experienced it, and now I'm experiencing it. Oh, so now I'm triggered. Now I want that thing again. And so it could go anyway, but pretty much today I got triggered. And so I kind of been dealing with myself with that and looking at how I would get through a trigger or how I can not make triggers happen in the future. And I haven't got really far with this, but what I'll say is I did respond irrationally and emotionally, and we do that sometimes as people, and I think it's okay to acknowledge that we're human and that we do things that are below ourselves, are not our best self. And so I think it's important to, one, acknowledge if we realize we might have overreacted over a situation, to see if maybe it was a trigger, if it was something from the past that brought you to that place, if it was something that your parents did or didn't do, if it was something that you've been through, something that hurt you really bad. Because the first way to even change a emotional response to something or a response to something in general is to acknowledge that you are even triggered. A lot of us don't like to admit to our triggers, admit to the things that hurt us, admit to the things that bring or cause us distress. We don't like to admit that it could just be us and something happening in us and not something in the outside world or something that someone does to us. It just makes us feel a certain way because of what we've been through. So to acknowledge that I was or am triggered is the first thing. And then second, I would think the most important thing is to remove yourself from the trigger, remove yourself from the situation, remove yourself from the person, remove yourself from the event, and collect yourself. Like, I went to the gym and I had a really good workout and I felt really good, and I got a lot of steam off and a lot of anger and a lot of feelings and emotions that I felt. So I dealt with that. So that's another step to it that I feel like is important, is to get yourself away from it and collect yourself, collect your emotions, collect your irrationality so that you can study your irrationality with a rational mind. And then I think next is to acknowledge, maybe journal. Like, I love journaling, so maybe we journal our feelings or journal what happened and how it triggered us so that we can dive deeper into that feeling, deeper into that emotion, deeper into that response. And when you write about it, you're just engraving it even more that this happened because of this. And now you're studying yourself. And now in the act of studying yourself, you're learning yourself better. So when this trigger comes up again, you know the study of yourself you put into this. And you might respond irrationally again, but the next time you'll understand the pattern and you won't do it the next time. And you just continue to work with yourself and be gentle with yourself. Because the truth is nobody is responsible for your shit but you. And we try to give our stuff to people all the time. You hurt me, you made me feel this way. No, you just have a wound inside of you, and that wound made you feel that way because I touched that wound. And some of us are so broken and so hurt and so traumatized that everything about us is a wound. Like, our whole being, our whole existence is a big wound. And we're upset all the time by every little thing that everybody does. I mean, we see it all the time. Everyone's always constantly triggered around the world by all the little things that happen, all the little things that are said or done. We get offended if a woman dresses a certain way. We get offended if a man talks a certain way or wears his clothes a certain way too. It's just, we are just triggered as beings in totality, and so it's important for us to pay attention to our triggers and when they come across, because if we can start healing those wounds, we can live a much more even keeled, peaceful life. And that's the goal of it all, right? That's the attainment, to be able to live in that balance and not be so flighty in our emotions, and be more controlled and more balanced in our feelings and our responses. And so this was my day today, and I just wanted to share it with you guys, because we all have those things about us, and we are always constantly giving them to the people around us to take responsibility of, when that's not the case. That's not the case at all. That's not what anyone deserves, and no one deserves to pay for our traumas and our life situations that we've been in, and the things that have hurt us or drained us or caused us pain in life. No one deserves to take responsibility for that but ourselves. And if we can live in accountability, we can learn to heal ourselves, heal our wounds, so that we can stop emotionally responding to people in a way that is irrational. So if you're watching this video, I love you, and I hope you have an amazing day.